Justin Fields was finally traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, this time to be the backup to Russell Wilson.
He was. For, what was it, a sixth-round pick that can conditionally go to a fourth depending on playing time?
That's right. So we really have the entire 2021 draft class between Trey Lance getting traded, Mac Jones getting traded, Justin Fields getting traded, Zach Wilson about to get traded somewhere potentially.
Everybody except Trevor Lawrence has been already cast off by their original team.
I think at a high level, because I haven't been able to have some takes for a while.
Yeah.
At a high level, a lot of the stuff that we've kind of pushed on the podcast the last couple of years, the idea of, hey, take some shots at quarterback and just fail quickly, basically. Let them fail quickly. If they're not the guy, move on. It does seem like the NFL is doing a lot more of that. There's not a lot of, Kenny Pickett just needs an extra year, and Justin Fields just needs an extra year, and Zach Wilson just needs one more system to figure it out. They're just kind of moving on, right?
Yeah, Pickett himself also gone.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett also been traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. The backup quarterback carousel this offseason is out of control.
Yeah, we are just firing backups left, right, and center. It is interesting. Like, the maximum compensation that the Bears can get from this is what the Cowboys gave up for Trey Lance a year ago.
That's nuts.
That's where Fields' value is right now. Now, look, it's not... That doesn't mean that the NFL views Justin Fields the same way that it views Trey Lance. It's always relative to the contract, right? So a year later means a year less rookie contract to work from. You get 1 year of this year of cheap Justin Fields, right? Next year, if you want to keep him around, you got to pick up his fifth-year option. That jumps to $25 million. So immediately, we're out of time now to get cheap Justin Fields. And if you want to keep him around longer than that, you're giving him the next contract, the second contract for a veteran NFL quarterback, which is obviously not cheap. So it's not as simple as saying, Justin Fields is worth less than Trey Lance because the NFL thinks he's a worse player. It's all relative to the contract. That extra year is everything.
It's also relative to timing, too.
Yeah.
I mean, because all this other quarterback movement happened, where the Steelers just waiting. I mean, all the reports are they had 4 different teams, and they're doing right by Justin, which, again, you're still sending him somewhere as a backup. Are they doing right by him because he wants to play for Mike Tomlin? He wants to be a Steeler. He thinks Russell Wilson is old and trash, and he can beat him out. Like, what is that exactly?
We also have no idea if that's true.
No, we don't. You're right.
Like, there are reports. The problem with NFL insiders
Say it, Sam.
The problem with NFL insiders becoming mouthpieces for agents, teams, or anybody else that wants to send them a text to give them information in exchange for their water carrying is you can no longer trust anything they say. So when one of those guys comes out and says, the Bears had several better offers on the table, but they chose to ignore them all to do Justin Fields a solid. That might be true, or that might be 100% horseshit thrown out there by the Chicago Bears to look better, right? And we have no earthly idea which, because you can no longer trust anything they say, because you know for a fact that they are putting out everything that's sent to them because it's information, right?
Just to be clear.
In the past, journalists were tasked with filtering that so that you could trust the information that was being put out at the end of it, right? They were responsible for saying, I'm getting 1 million pieces of information, but I know that 80% of it is propaganda, so I'm going to filter out what the truth is for people so that the people that follow me can actually get a version of the truth. Now it's like I'm getting 85% of or 100% of information, all of which is being put out to you people.
We have highlighted that a few times here on the show.
Yeah.
Your favorite insider, when they have a tweet that goes out that's like, player X has signed with so-and-so. He's the toughest individual I've ever seen. He played through a broken arm, and he's real excited about his new team. I mean, you're copy and pasting from the agent, and we've highlighted that.
But this is the folly of it, is now with things like this, you don't know if that's true or ridiculous, made up. Like, you've no idea what the lie of the land is because of this. Like, this is where we've got to now.
All right, we ready to get into some mock draft stuff?
Yep.
I think because I wasn't here.
By the way, I would just like to put on record the Steelers quarterback situation. So obviously anytime now I mention the Steelers, it's like, oh, look, PFF hates Pittsburgh again. I tweeted out that Pittsburgh's quarterback room now looks like one of those YouTube car shows where it's like, I bought the cheapest Ferrari in the country, and let's see what's wrong with it and if it's going to bankrupt me by the end of this video series, Because Russell Wilson, Justin Fields were like dirt cheap reclamation projects, right? Wilson's playing for less than $1 million on the Steelers cap this year, and Justin Fields has been had for a 6th-round conditional draft pick. Now, I would also say that I think both guys are probably an upgrade over what they had in the building already before they got rid of quarterbacks. And I don't think that's a bad strategy for them. It's just slightly funny.
Yeah, it is. I mean, did you get attacked for the funny joke?
Oh, yeah. The 17 Steelers fans that I had remaining that I hadn't muted were all triggered by that.
While I was on vacation, you were trying to trigger me, too, by sending me the Steelers person who I don't know if it was parody, trying to say that we were biased against Patrick Queen because after he signed, his ranking changed.
Yeah.
And he sent a screenshot of our individual defensive player rankings.
So apparently the guy that tweeted the graphic was a parody account and had.
But all the people believed it.
Yes. So that's the problem. So the guy that actually did it is a parody account and faked the graphic. The million Steelers fans that tweeted it at people are so deep in their lunatic conspiracy that PFF hates the Steelers that they all believed it. They're good.
Yeah.
It's a weird landscape.
Anyway, I think overall though, I like the Steelers QB strategy given the situation, right? I don't know if it leads them to a division title or a championship, but the idea that they have a very cheap quarterback room with upside, right? Russell Wilson used to be really, really good, so theoretically there's upside. Justin Fields might still have some upside. We've seen flashes of it. And they have a super cheap quarterback room where maybe they could deploy all these other resources, build up this juggernaut around them. I like that as an overall strategy.
As somebody tweeted to me, they might find out that the only thing wrong with that cheapest Ferrari in the country is, like a busted spring. You fix the spring, you're good to go. Absolutely. I'm not saying otherwise. I'm just saying most of the times it's not.
Yeah. No, I get
that's why it's funny. But yeah, it's a good. They have now gotten 2 quarterbacks, each of whom is actually quite a viable option for them for almost nothing this offseason. That's good business.
I think it's a pretty good outcome for an unattractive quarterback situation, starting point coming into this offseason.
Right.
So I'd say good job by Omar Khan and the Pittsburgh Steelers.